Welcome, everybody. This is the Rotary E-Club of Silicon Valley. Every week, we bring you the stories of people who are making the world better locally, globally, and digitally. The Rotary E-Club of Silicon Valley is part of Rotary International, over 1 million Rotarians and Rotaractors and over 30,000 clubs around the world. And we are excited to tell the stories of people who have come up with interesting ways of thinking about how to make the world better. And in that vein, we have a set of students talking to us today. They are in Montreal and Quebec in Canada, and their particular project is one that we're very excited about. We'll start by handing it over to Amalia Liogas, who has been working with them and has been my contact. Amalia, we are so excited to have you and your students here. Welcome to the Rotary E-Club of Silicon Valley.
Thank you. Just to introduce myself, my name is Amalia Liogas, and I'm the Director of IT at the study. The study is a small independent school. It's an all-girls school in Montreal. We have 400 students from kindergarten to grade 11. Technovation Challenge, and this is the challenge that we're here to actually talk about, is one that tasks students with creating an app that addresses a community-based issue. The competition started in 2010, and we've been involved since 2014. Over the years, students have created various apps. Not only do they code an app, but they also have to write a business plan, a marketing plan, and then do a pitch in front of technology leaders. Over the years, they've created several apps, including GoVo, an app that tracked volunteering opportunities for high school students. SOS Safety, an app that texted a predetermined contact list their GPS coordinates if they were in trouble. Get Cheesy, an app for battered women that impersonated as a pizza delivery app. I'm excited to present Team Northstar along with their coach and teacher, Ben Douek. The team will present you their company's pitch.
Hi, we're company Northstar. I'm Lisa, the team leader, and I'm 15 years old.
I'm Joanaye, the CFO, and I'm 16 years old.
I'm Xinyi, the programmer, and I'm also 16 years old.
We are grade 10 students here at the study school in Montreal, Canada. This year, in our technology class, we created a GPS tracking bracelet along with an app for Alzheimer patients.
Alzheimer's disease is such a serious and authentic problem in our society today. Currently, more than 55 million people suffer from Alzheimer's worldwide, with nearly 10 million cases developing each year. This is a staggering number. In Canada alone, where we live, 750,000 people suffer from Alzheimer's, and it is reported that 60% of these patients get lost at least once in their lives. More and more people are failing to escape the clutches of Alzheimer's, and unfortunately, my grandma was one of them. Sadly, Alzheimer's currently has no cure and no survivors. For these reasons, we decided to find a solution to help Alzheimer's patients and those who are implicated with this problem.
We named our company Northstar, symbolizing that we can guide people to the light. There are two parts of our solution. Firstly, our GPS tracking bracelet called SG Tracker. It is equipped with a GPS antenna which receives signals from the satellites, a GPS module which calculates the location, a SIM card, a rechargeable battery that can last up to 5 days, and finally, an ESP32 chip which connects to internet and updates location to the database. We also have our mobile app called SafeJourney. The app is programmed to connect with the JSON database. The GPS bracelet sends the location information to the database, then get read by our app, and your location will be shown as a ping on the map.
Our app is really easy to use. When you open it, it takes you to a login or sign-up page. If you already have an account, the app will remember your username and password and will take you directly to the next page. If you don't have an account, you can sign up with your email and password. After creating your account, it is very important to read through the terms and conditions to make sure that you have legal guardianship over the person that you would like to track. After logging in, the app will take you to your profile page. By clicking on the Add a Device button on this page, you can scan the unique QR code on a specific bracelet for connection, and it saves the device name onto the app.
Not only can our app track real-time location, it also came with geofencing capabilities. By clicking on the Set Home Location button, you can set the current location of your phone as the safe zone. Using a special mathematical formula, we programmed our app to calculate the distance between the home location and the wearer's current location. If they have gone 300 meters away from their home, you are notified that they have left their safe zone. After navigating to the map page on our app, you can click on the Get Location button at the bottom. Every 10 seconds, the user's location is updated on the database. Therefore, the wearer's real-time location will be updated every 10 seconds onto the map, shown as the red pin. Additionally, the distance between the wearer's current location and the home location will also be displayed as a notification, and whether or not they're in a safe zone. You can see 2 pins on the map, the red one for their current location, and the green one for their home location. Our first sales targets are family members and caregivers. Our app and bracelet combo is also useful in places like hospitals and senior homes. I volunteer at a senior home in my community called Mamonite Geriatrique Centre. I talked to them about our project, and we plan on partnering with them.
We have a few competitors on the market. Firstly, Apple's AirTag, which only functions when you're an iPhone, while our product provides internet connection at all times using a SIM card. Another competitor is the Douek bracelet, which costs $370 plus an additional $30 monthly fee. In comparison, our product only costs $30 for the bracelet plus an additional $20 monthly subscription fee, which is significantly cheaper. We are selling the bracelet at cost to invite people to our ecosystem. If we help only 0.25% of Alzheimer patients in Quebec alone, by the 3rd year, we would be generating a profit of over $90,000 recurring annually.
There are a few things that we would like to add and ameliorate in the future. Firstly, in our current prototype, the bracelet accesses the internet using a cell phone hotspot because we use an ESP32 chip. In our final design, we're planning on replacing this ESP32 chip with a GSM module that can connect to the internet directly using a SIM card without the need of a cell phone hotspot. Our bracelet is comfortable and easy to use. In the future, we would like it to be water resistant and durable, ensuring that it can withstand daily wear and tear, making it suitable for everyday use. At the same time, we would like to add a pressure sensing detector, which would warn the app user if the bracelet was taken off.
Since most of our users may not have the ability to make judgment and they will unconsciously remove the bracelet from their arm, we also plan on making our current prototype both a bracelet and an anklet as options, which would be harder for the Alzheimer patients to take off by themselves and provide more options for customers to choose from.
Throughout our Grade 10 ITM class this year, we embarked on a journey filled with new insights and skills. Initially, we explored app development using Thunkable, understanding functions, variables, and lists. Inspired by the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, we envisioned an app aligned with these objectives, emphasizing user well-being and environmental sustainability. We used paper prototyping to plan our app effectively before programming, ensuring clarity and user-friendliness. Exploring the binary system and sensor wiring deepened our understanding of computer operations and hardware integration. In addition, we ventured into soldering to assemble the pieces of our bracelets, honing our skills in hardware integration and craftsmanship.
Overcoming challenges was a collaborative effort. We relied on online tutorials, open source code, and team expertise to troubleshoot issues and deepen our understanding. Dividing tasks based on strengths and supporting each other facilitated problem solving.
Our learning journey progressed methodically, from grasping programming basics to real-world application in app development. Each step contributed to our growth and equipped us with valuable skills for future endeavors in technology and innovation. And that's it for our project. And now our mentor, Mr. Douek, wants to add some last words.
Hi there. I'm Benjamin Douek, and I'm the ITM teacher at the study school. So ITM is the Integrated Technology Management Program that we run in grade 10. And it's an opportunity to have almost a small incubator within the school where students develop apps, but also learn about business planning and delivering a pitch as they just did. And we kind of collaborate to overcome different problems. I do my best to share expertise and help troubleshoot issues with the students, which is a real passion of mine, as well as trying to integrate hardware components into some projects that require it. I actually run a small startup called Robot in a Can, where I make education technology products, and that has kind of a hardware background as well. And I've personally gone through some incubator programs as well, so I try to bring that into the classroom. I also run the grade 7 and 8 technology classes, where we learn a bit of fundamentals in programming that kind of lead them to where they are here in grade 10. And I also run the drone club as sort of a fun thing that we do sometimes too. So the study has a very cool kind of technology program, and we run the classes out of the makerspace, where we do soldering and other kind of hands-on maker education activities as well. So a really cool project this year, and I think Northstar did a really great job. And we've got still lots of things that we can kind of further explore. So it's been a pleasure.
Wonderful. We certainly do have questions, and we're excited to ask them. So we will shift to that. Let's go ahead and stop sharing the screen for the moment. And what we'll do is I want to take a moment to introduce those who are part of the recording today. And as I call your name, please wave at the camera, and I'll go as I see people on the list. Here in the Bay Area, we have Shags Chagrin of Walnut Creek, California. All right, our paella master, way to go. We also have with us Lisa in Fremont, California. We have Rory, who is in Houston, Texas, and Cecilia, who is in Italy, our treasurer. My name is Rushton. I live in San Jose. And it is exciting to be able to talk to you guys about this very cool program that you've got going. A number of different questions. I'll start, and I'll be watching for questions in the chat as well from our team. The first actually just has to do with when you started and the field tests that are part of this. So at what point, just in terms of time, did you begin talking about the idea for the project? And at what point did you launch it? And then the field tests that are part of it with your prototype?
So our project started at the beginning of the year, like the beginning of our school year in September. So we started learning the basics and the fundamental of coding using Thunkable, which is the program that we developed our app in. And we started learning about the Sustainable Development Goals also in like September and October. And just before our December break, we came up with our app idea, which is to help the Alzheimer's patients and to like make a GPS tracking bracelet that can track their locations. And between like about, I would say like December to March, we were just kind of developing our app and developing our business plan. And we did a test in April or May that tested if our bracelet actually worked. And we went outside of our school, and like surprisingly, the real-time location of the bracelet was shown on our map, and it was like a great success for us. And So yeah, so the testing was in May and our competition was in May also.
Nice. Have some questions about the competition, but a question that came in via the chat first from Lisa. Does the bracelet have to be charged? And if so, how long does the charge last?
Well, currently, because it's still like a prototype, we need to connect the bracelet to, like, we use like a plug to connect the bracelet to a computer. In the future, we would like it to have a rechargeable battery. How long will last? We're not sure about that.
Okay. So cool. Thank you for that. And now thinking about the Technovation Challenge in particular. So you have this project. It's part of an opportunity to be a part of an international competition. Can you talk about the nature of Technovation and how it helped you move your idea forward faster?
I think Technovation is a project that encourages like young students like us to develop our like pro app, and it's based on like the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And I think I mean, it pushed us further to, firstly, we got to know what the SDGs were because we had no idea about that. And because the competition has like a guideline, we were able to develop like a pitch, a business plan, an app, like everything. Like the competition really like inspired us and helped us with throughout our development.
And just to add to that, over the years, we started with Technovation when they were in their infancy. And over the years, if you take a look, especially for teachers, they have wonderful curriculum, lesson plans. Everything is very, very well done. So you can actually do it within a class setting or a club outside of school. All the information's there. It's just a matter of basically using it.
And one more thing I'd like to add on that is I was the mentor on this project, but Technovation also provides mentors and is looking for mentors. So if you're kind of in tech and you'd like to be a mentor, you can become a mentor. And that's also really great for students because if they don't have access to a mentor immediately or in their kind of area, they can hook up with mentors through the platform elsewhere as well.
And that's via technovationchallenge.org, is that right? Okay, we'll have that link in the info on our club page, on our YouTube page, and on our podcast page as well. For the girls, tell us a little bit about, I'd like to hear from each of you on this. What is a point along the way where you really learned something new about yourself as a part of the process?
So before doing this project, I actually had no idea how programming worked. I thought it was just like typing all the random numbers and symbols. But actually, I found like I'm very interested in programming, and there's much we can do using programming to help people around the world. So that's what I learned about myself. So maybe in the future for university, I would do computer science just because of like doing this project.
For me, I'm the CFO in this project and I was in charge of the business plan. And the hardest part, like I didn't expect myself to be able to create such a like in-depth, all the information, all of our calculations. Like I never thought that I had that capability, and it really showed like teamwork and how it can impact a person.
For me, it's kind of similar to Joanaye. Like before, I had no confidence in myself, and like I had no idea that we had the capability of putting together such a big project. And when we went to the competition and presented our project to the judges, when we finished, I realized I realized what we have done, and I was just kind of like surprised by myself. And we really learned a lot of things throughout the way, like programming and like the business plan and just everything. Like I think I learned like a new level in myself that I never saw before.
Well, that is so cool. I'm sure it's exactly what the Technovation people like to hear in talking about the program that they run as well. Matter of fact, Ben, as a mentor, thinking about the kinds of skills that students need to really be able to do the quality of work that Cindy, Lisa, and Joanaye have done, what are the kinds of things that you find yourself doing as a part of that process and working with the teams as a mentor?
Well, I think it's really interesting. I feel like almost any student with any background can find a role here. Um, some students kind of gravitate towards the programming and some more to maybe the business planning aspect. So I really think there's something kind of for everyone in this type of project. And as a mentor, I think it's really cool to be able to, to guide the students through this sort of project and to try to give them as much structure as you can to so that they can create sort of a clear plan and push their ideas further all the time. I think that's what I found myself doing the most is, okay, so you have this idea. Could you talk to someone? Could you get on the phone? Maybe call another expert, get some details, kind of push the research along more. And of course, also, if anybody's done projects like this, debugging can just kill you. So it's really important to kind of help through the debugging process so that students can have a sort of a successful result. So those are the things I find myself doing the most. But I think the most important thing is that I really think there is something here for everyone.
Nice. Amalia, when we think about this happening in a girls' school setting, obviously there's a lot of research out there that shows that that a lot of opportunities for girls in STEM fields are kind of more easily accessible in a single gender setting. Can you tell a little bit about the study, the group, the school that is, and how it fosters this kind of excellence?
Sure. We've been, well, I've been at the school for 25 years now. And when I was first hired 25 years ago, we were the first school in the province of Quebec to have a laptop program. So we've been basically pushing the envelope ever since. We teach programming right from kindergarten to grade 11. So it's either a combination of programming, making, or electronics. And it's done at every grade level going up to when they graduate in grade 11. In grade 9, we have an engineering class. The grade 9 engineering class has co-mentors outside of the school. It's a company called Bombardier, and they're one of the biggest engineering firms in the city. They come and co-teach the class. So many times what we're doing is we're bringing the real world in, and that's at all grade levels. A couple of years ago, the elementary school was stopped for 1 week just to do a passion project, an innovative passion project. And what we did is we brought mentors from the outside to help the girls put their projects together. So it's enjoyable. We love it. And that sense goes down to the girls as well. You'll see that as they grow, as they get older, the fear goes away, more enjoyment, more out of the box thinking. They're going to come out with ideas that I never even thought of. And really it's our job to push them forward, to make sure that they realize what they're doing.
Nice. Thinking about the particular challenges of the project, I'd love to hear from each of the girls about unexpected challenges that became part of what you did. I noticed at one point you talk about the guardianship and making sure that the person who's setting all this up has kind of the proper legal relationship with the person who will be wearing the bracelet. Did you find that there were things that you had to account for in making a tool like this for Alzheimer patients that you just hadn't expected? And one or more of you can answer that.
Cindy, what do you think? So for me, since I'm the programmer, one of the biggest difficulty I was facing was so we were using a GPS antenna to receive signals from the satellites to calculate the location. And so in our building, in our school, since it's a building and it was
difficult for us to receive signals inside of a concrete building. So every time testing it, we'll have to go out of our school and run to the way downstairs down the hill to receive signals. And for that part, since it was difficult to testing, and so I feel like that's the biggest problem for me.
That's exciting. I mean, the idea that you're facing these very real world challenges as a part of the programming is so interesting. When you think about this as a business, the idea of being able to come in at a cost that's competitive with other things that are available on the market, was there something about doing that research that made you feel like, hey, you know, we've got something that really has legs as a business here?
So when we are doing research, we found a bracelet that has exactly the same function as our bracelet, which costs like, I think about $300 or $400. But our bracelet only costs, I think, $30 for building it. So our bracelet was like 10 times cheaper than the bracelet on the market.
Nice. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do as we're kind of running down our clock. I'm going to do some finish in order to just to finish the recording the way we always do. But then what I'd like to do is I'd like to hand it back to the three girls, each of you who will say something that you would say to encourage other students in doing the kinds of things you've done. And then we'll hand it over to Ben for, I believe, for the final word. Is that right? Okay, so for everybody who's taken time to watch this program or listen to our podcast, thank you so much for giving your time to be inspired by the cool things that are happening by people in different parts of the world. As an online and asynchronous Rotary Club, we find that flexibility in connecting with people in so many different places has led to so many wonderful stories that we're excited about. If you're interested in learning more, you can find us online at rotary.cool. COOL. It really works. And so we hope that you will check out what we have going on in our Rotary Club. As we always like to do, we hand it back to our speakers for the final words. And first, I'd like to get that encouragement from the students for other students. And so let's start with Cindy Gu. So Cindy, go ahead.
So after finishing the project, I found that I can actually program something that I would never thought before. So I would encourage everyone to try this. With the help of our mentor, you can do anything you want.
That's awesome. Joanaye, how about you? Joanaye Christy Mitchell.
My advice would be to never doubt yourself, in that know that you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to, because for myself, I never imagined myself doing a project like this one, but here I am, and you've done amazing things so far.
Wonderful. Lisa Liu.
My advice for students would be to have confidence in yourself and to not give up when you encounter difficulties, because trials and errors are very normal. They're normal to happen, and we encountered many difficulties throughout this project, but we kept trying, and at the end we found solutions to overcome these difficulties and to have a success at the end. So just keep trying and have confidence in yourself.
Great advice, Lisa. Ben, what would you like for people to have clearly in mind as they finish this podcast or video?
Well, I would encourage other tech professionals to look for opportunities to mentor young people. It's an extremely rewarding, it's a really rewarding experience for you and them. And of course, you can show them how potentially, I mean, it's hard, but it's easy, right? That you can show them how to integrate these technologies that exist. It's an extremely powerful opportunity for everyone, and it really empowers kind of younger people to have confidence and build these really cool projects. So I would encourage you to look for those types of opportunities.
Exactly what a service message should be about. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Amalia. Thank you, girls. And everyone, we will see you next week.